Ladies and gentlemen, the 2.5 Amigos. God, these guys are loco. If you're looking for a responsible, mature podcast, this ain't it. If you're looking for a lot of drinking, random nonsense, stunts and shenanigans, and some of the hottest comedians in the world, you've hit the jackpot. It's the 2.5 Amigos with your hosts, Albert, Scott, and Mark.
Talking to the thingy right there? Yeah, that's you.
All right.
There you go.
Perfect.
The mic's
Donde
there.
está biblioteca?
Yes, Albert is not here. Our guest,
you're not
Ponce.
gonna
Tu quieres papa frita come to Big Mac?
Yes, thank you.
Those are our Spanish references.
We've been
Encino
yelled
Man.
at. Yeah, we've been yelled at for saying just hola. Or I haven't. Well, yeah,
Have
because
you?
So we've interchanged Albert with our guest today. If anybody, Joe Ponciano. There we go. Sorry,
No, that's good, man. Everyone butchers my name, bro.
dude. I can't.
I've heard it all from Pinocchio to Poncino.
Poncino.
Yeah, like people.
It's almost
like
like
to add
you-
shit
I
that's
can see
not in there.
Poncino. I can see Poncino.
It's almost like it's Italian, right?
You know what, man? I hear that all the time.
Really?
And
It does sound
Really?
Italian.
I have
to
a
me.
joke about that, but like my grandpa's parents are from Guatemala, born there, so I'm pretty sure somewhere in the migration,
Somebody from the
somebody
from the
fucked
Sicilian
somebody.
land, something. And
And
have you ever done that? Have you ever done like the lineage thing for like the 23? Yeah, me neither.
23andMe.
I don't. My thing, okay, conspiracy theorist in me, which is coming more to light every fucking episode for me, is I kind of agree with the idea that I wouldn't want to do that because I don't want them to have my database of shit on record because I don't know what they're fucking doing with all that shit.
But they
it's
already
weird.
have it.
No, I know because you do your
They can pull
blood
from
test,
your
blood
doctor,
test,
yeah.
any of that. I mean, sure, yeah, they could plant my what'd you do?
Pull
Want me to
it
back,
away a little
back
bit.
it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could basically, but then now there's an echo.
All right, let's
But
bring it back a little.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't
Enough.
matter.
No.
But
Jesus.
yeah, I agree that it's weird.
It's weird.
It's weird. I wouldn't want to do it. Or I've never done it.
I just so when people ask me why haven't I done it, I just don't really fucking care, man.
Yeah.
When people ask me what am I, like race wise, I always answer human
Nice.
because that's what
Good.
the fuck I really
true.
am, you
It's
know.
true.
And I really don't care the background, whatever. I care who you are, what
Yeah.
you were
As a
about,
person.
what you stand for.
Yep.
As to, you know, oh, I'm part whatever German or whatever part of the world makes people feel nice and warm inside. At the end of the day, it doesn't bring you more money. It doesn't fucking bring you nothing other than, hey, you just wasted your money and time with 23andMe and who knows what the fuck they're doing with your DNA.
That's what I mean.
But I don't even think about that at this point. I'm like,
Yeah, you
I
don't
don't
even
even
care
care
to
to
even
even
go
find
that-
out.
yeah.
Like all I know and I love is that I'm fucking human.
Yeah.
I'm alive.
Dude,
and
you're
I'm
here
human.
you're here to do your thing, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I am in my lane. I am, you know, an odd
lane.
person. I don't dress like everybody else. I don't talk like everyone else. I think, you know, outside of the box mainly. And that's what I've learned recently, you know, that I'm in my journey. This is my journey and this is my story, you know. So I get
Yeah.
to, like, we're a director of our own movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our lives are our movies. But the beauty of it is that you're the cast member director. You're the main actor. You're the main boss that gets to fire and hire, and you tell people what role they play in your movie and
Yeah.
where you want to go, you know.
Yeah.
So a lot of people like to act that whole poor me type of mentality, that victim mentality, and at the end of the day, if you look at what they're doing, they're probably not doing a lot of stuff to push themselves forward, but because you get a lot of the pity, the oh yeah, that, you know, if you make a negative comment on Facebook, you get more likes and more comments and more shares than if you do a positive. You know, I'm bettering myself, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's a lot easier to be negative and to be bitter and to play the victim than it is to take responsibility for your life, for your actions, what you do, what you think. You know, one thing that it just drives me nuts is people that act retarded because they're Italian.
It's 2019. We can't say the R word.
I'll throw the R word all day long. Like, I don't give a fuck. You know, if you're offended, fuck you. It's not the show for you. Skip to the next one because you're not gonna like this. It's not gonna get any better, man.
Story.
I'm not. You know, I'm not here to tickle no one's ears. I have a message on my
tickle
own,
the brain.
You know? And the message is straight up.
Yeah.
You know, the message is embrace who you are. You know, be the black sheep.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that was a good segue. You talked about, you know, you wearing things differently and all that, you know, wearing different types of clothing or whatever, right?
Yes.
Now, you obviously just talked about your black sheep mentality, right?
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about your clothing line that you're starting, that you're working on.
So I'm in the works of putting together a clothing line, mainly shirts and stickers for right now, coffee mugs, and basically push out the message of being the black sheep, of embracing the fact that and loving the fact that you're not like everybody else. You're not fucking supposed to be like everybody else. You're fucking, you know how fucking boring the world would be? But we try so hard because we've been programmed to fucking fit in this fucking image. We try so hard to fit into this, right? Like, so I remember my son, he was going through some teenage phase and he got into the goth phase, right? And whatnot. And he would say a lot of this stuff like, I'm different. And I'm like, look, dude. All you did is you put yourself in another group of people that dress and act this certain way. Like you're different from this group, but now you're identical to this fucking group. So are you really fucking different?
True.
And the answer is no. The answer is, you know what? Be who the fuck you want to be. You're meant to be. You know, what makes you happy probably doesn't make you happy. What makes me happy probably doesn't make either. It probably does. Like, we don't know, right? Until we find out. But if I hit that from you guys, then you guys will never know who the fuck I really am. You know, and I feel a lot of people live their life that way. You know, most of us
trying to fit in that box when you should just be you.
And not only that, but we trick ourselves. We mentally trick ourselves, man. Like, so you asked me what I do for a living, and my answer was anything fucking possible to get a regular job.
Nice.
Like, I cannot have no one tell me when I have to show up, how I have to dress, how I have to act, what I can and cannot say. It's like, fuck you, kiss my fucking ass. And on top of that, not only do they do that, but they make you believe that it's a privilege for you to come work for me.
Right? No, most of the big ones do.
That's true.
And you can hear people's programming when
at
they
least
talk
you have
about
a job
it.
now. At least you have a job, especially when the big layoffs happen. They're always like, well, at least you're still here.
You're safe. You're safe. It's true.
You know, so I grew up very negative. Like, my mindset was very negative. And I had to have some fucked up shit happen to where it was basically tilting the soil of my heart and my brain.
Okay.
Around this time, long story short, it was a drug deal that went bad,
Nice.
it put my family in danger. So I had to send my kids out. I had to tell my brother,
because it was crazy.
Hey, you guys can't stay here. There's some people talking crazy. I don't know what's gonna happen. There was a lot of paranoid nights, and I don't know if anyone's ever been through where you believe this is it. Like, you're like, okay, this is it. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. Wow. I got my guns, they got theirs.
See what happens.
Holy shit!
And
that's pretty cool.
And
that's real.
So I mean,
it's fucking real.
It sounds cool and all, but
well, it does, but scary at the time going through it. It's like
until
fucking.
You're in there.
Yeah,
I don't get cool from that at all. That
just the idea.
Real.
I mean, saying it now, it's the idea of it's cool, right? Just the if you watch this shit on movies, right?
Yeah,
that's cool, right? Living through it is not cool.
So my point was that had to take place because I was in such a negative mind. I'm always been hard-headed. I've always been a knucklehead. If you tell me no, that I'm going to fucking find a way to do that shit, right?
Yeah.
If you give it that forbidden fruit aspect, ooh, I want that motherfucker. So I
can see that with you, Ponciano.
Oh, no, and I'm open about that. Like, I love... Because I hid it for so long. I grew up just like everybody else, trying to fit into this, trying to discover who I am, trying to this and that, trying to say, I always said the wrong things. I always offended someone. And so, like at the end, it just got to the point where I'm like, dude, fuck this.
Just embrace it. Just embrace it. Fuck it.
One, I love Frank Sinatra.
Me too.
I did it my way. Like that song, I could listen it on repeat. I could listen to
Frank Sinatra all day, every day.
But just the words of it, man, and that's something that I've lived by, where I'm doing it my way, like and
that's cool.
It's bit me in the ass a lot of fucking times, but it's also fucking skyrocketed me to a different level in a lot of ways also.
I think if you live like the way you want to live, or however it's going to be, whether it be, subject to where people don't think it is right? As long as every day you're going to wake up happy, right? Doing what you, in a sense, want to do, right? Or doing what you're driving toward what you want to do. I think you're going to have a better overall life experience, right?
I agree with you, but here's the thing. Most people don't know what the fuck they want. Most people don't know what makes them happy.
That's true.
If you ask someone, where do you see yourself in 5 years? 95%, I'll go even further up, 98% of people, I don't know. And that's a scary answer. That is a common answer, though. Most people say, oh, yeah, I'm happy at my job. Bitch, please, dude. You're telling me that if you could wake up all day, every day in your PJs, you wouldn't. You prefer to get up, get dressed, and go have someone tell you what the fuck to do for 8 to 10 hours.
No, I think everybody has that, awakening moment of they don't want to work for anybody else anymore. Like, they want to work for themselves versus bettering someone else.
Why am I gonna grow your...
Yeah, where's their timeline when it comes to that? A lot of people have it sooner than others. It seems like you have your mindset now, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
You're already
I
on
do.
the path.
I believe. And so through the drug deal that went wrong, I got introduced to personal development.
Yeah.
And it's a free class that I post about it all the time. I go to every Tuesday morning. Shout out to 2% Club with Jeff Fagan. And this is very emotional for me, right? Because I was battered, man. I was broken. I felt like fucking the biggest loser, Like, as a man, you're supposed to protect your kids. You're supposed to lift them up, not put them in fucking danger. Not have people have threats on their life because of some stupid shit you did. Right. And I was just like, fuck. Like, I felt like the biggest fuck up, right? Luckily, my brother's the person that he is. And when I told him, look, dude, you can't stay here because it's not safe, obviously he wasn't too happy. And he was just like, you know what, take this time and fucking pull your head out your ass, figure out what the fuck you want to do, whatever. And he's been inviting me to this class for years.
Okay.
He used to sleep in my couch. And then he used to use my truck. And he used to go, because I used to live by Air Force Base, and he used to go by the Scottsdale Mayo Clinic every Tuesday morning, fucking faithfully, man, through traffic, through everything, no excuses. And so he will always invite me, and I'm like, nah. Well, this happened. He's like, look, I suggest you come to this class with me. I'm like, I'm not doing anything better. Why not? Right?
Okay.
So then in this class, they bring out, I go into this classroom and it's nothing but entrepreneurs, business owners, well-dressed people, when I'm wearing baggy-ass Dickies, big old clothes, bald head,
Right.
And I sit at the back, and I remember them asking me, kind of pointing me out, and they were like, what would you like to do? I'm like, well, I like to grow weed. I wish I could do that legally and not get in trouble for it. And, I noticed some people look at me like, But the main dude, Jeff Fagan, like, he looked at me, he's like, great, man. How do you think we can get started? How do you think you get started on that? Like, and I'm just like, well, that's just a fucking idea, dude. Like, I didn't think it out.
Yeah.
But then
you weren't expecting the positivity to come.
Yeah. But I like the energy though. Even though I felt way out of place, I'm like, this feels like a good place.
Yeah.
And I believe that if I was not introduced to it by my brother, like I would have never.
Yeah, so if it was some random person that came up to you, hey, check this out, I'd be like, nah.
Dude, if you get a Jewish dude coming up to you and say, hey, bro, check this out, I have some classes every Tuesday, they'll teach you how to get rich. Like, you're right there, you shut it off.
Yeah, no,
you're like,
man.
Yeah, what's
how
the
much?
catch?
How much do I have to put in?
What's the name of your MLM, sir?
Yeah. How much do I have to put in?
Yeah, and it wasn't like that. So he studies this book called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. And if you guys haven't read it, I highly recommend it. Don't let the name intimidate you. Most people like to focus on the name, and they do like most other retarded people do. Oh, millionaire book, huh? Are you a millionaire now?
Yeah.
It's like, that's like going up to a baby that's barely walking and saying, oh, can you run now? I see you're trying to walk. It's like, dude, it's a fucking process. Just like anything else.
Yes.
Anything else that you want to be good at. It's a process. You build up to it. And it's like so we go through one wealth file a week. We study that book twice a year. Once we finish it, we go all the way to the beginning and start all over and all that. It has 16 wealth files. Basically, a wealth file, it teaches rich people think, believe, act this way. Poor people think, believe, act that way. And it makes a lot of comparisons. One of them was that I think is wealth file 4 or 5. One of those. It says rich people focus on opportunities. Poor people focus on obstacles. And I heard a comment here while I was listening to the show. I forget who said it. They said made a comment about the richer get richer and the poor get poorer.
Okay.
And there is some truth to that.
Yeah.
Because birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah.
If you hang out with nothing but broke ass motherfuckers, guess what can they teach you to do and be?
Yeah.
Another broke ass motherfucker.
Well, that's why rich people don't really hang out with poor people, because then the rich person, for the most part, has to pay anytime you hang out with poor people.
What? That's not even it.
I mean, it's kind of the same kind of thing as far as hanging out with
the conversations,
the ways of life. You know what I mean?
So I'm from the poor. I grew up in the poor. I grew up in the ghetto. I embraced the ghetto. I used to love it. I used to, just everything about it. I used to try to act as ghetto fabulous. I fucking can't. I used to go around and act like a total buffoon and say, us two are from LA. That's how we do it, blah, blah, blah. But that's fucking bullshit. That was just my excuse to act like a fucking buffoon.
Yeah, you got to be better than that.
And I realized it. Now I realized that the only difference
you have the power.
That's exactly.
Yeah, you have the power to make yourself better.
The only difference between a successful person and an unsuccessful person is what's in between their ears.
Yeah.
And who they hang out with.
Yes.
Because who you hang out with influences you a lot, whether you realize it or not.
Yeah.
If you're hanging out, you keep someone around that's always complaining, everything's always hard, they're always having a problem, everyone's always doing them wrong, blah, 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 blah. Guess what? Sooner or later, they're going to put the blame on your ass.
Yep.
If you hang out with people that that solve problems, that just find solutions to whatever arises and whatever comes to them, guess what? That's the same way you're going to be thinking. Like, oh, this shit happened. Oh, man, what would this guy do? You know what? I have his number. Let me call him. And then you guys start talking, and boom, before you know it, like,
problem solved.
I had 2 days ago, man, I had this project, and I committed to this guy, and he gave me a price, and I said, yes, I'll get it done for you. No problem. I went to somewhat like a Home Depot and picked up 2 guys. Well,
helpers.
I fucked up. Yeah, helpers.
Yeah.
I fucked up because I picked up helpers that spoke English. You know,
damn it.
These motherfuckers are pulling out their phone, and I'm like, bro, I'm paying you to fucking knock these walls down. And you know, we got tile to break. Like, that's what I'm paying you for. And you know, long story short, it didn't work out with them. You know, and I paid them when I owed them. I dropped them off, and then well, actually, nah, they were trying to fight me, so I let them walk. I'm an asshole. I'm a fucking asshole like that. I'm like, you know what, you dude, nah, get the fuck out of my truck, dude. Nice. And then they try to be all nice, and I'm like, fuck you, get the fuck out of here. Now you want to be nice, and so they like it threw me off, man. And right now I'm doing a 30-day no alcohol fast.
Okay.
And I think if I was still drinking, I would have probably just called it a day, got drunk, and replanned, you know, my game plan, whatever. But I that day, since I wasn't drinking, I'm like, fuck, I'm in a shithole here, man, because I have this deadline. These guys just made me lose a whole half a day, and that deadline is pretty short. I don't know what else to do. I threw a Hail Mary. Like I went to Home Depot.
And I went,
dudes? No, fuck no. Man, these Home Depot motherfuckers are bougie as fuck, man. they're like $10 an hour. Shit. I wouldn't do that I'll do that for 20, not 10. I'm like, motherfucker, if you have papers, I'll pay you $20.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, but I was like, all right, man, cool.
It's a negotiation for them?
Yeah, they I mean, I guess wages are going up for them too.
Maybe because they know that the wages, minimum wage is 10.
You got to stop going to Home Depot. You got to go to Circle K now.
Circle K. Yeah,
Circle K is the place. There's a place downtown Chandler. It's Circle K.
Circle K, they hang out.
No, they're all over. And I went to a Circle K like place to pick them up, and I've had luck there before. Just this time, you know, I was desperate. I picked them up, but you know, my point is that it created a problem.
Yeah.
And I could have sat there, licked my wounds and whatnot, but I decided, you know what? Because one of them, when they were like, you know, oh, fuck you, what's up, this and that, and I'm like, whatever, dude. You guys wasted enough of my time, you know. I already paid you your money. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I'm walking to my car, and one of them was like, yeah, you'll never find no one. You won't find no one to work for you, whatever, right? So after I went back to Home Depot, and I'm hearing no, you know, and I'm even paying them more, and they're like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm like, what the fuck? And all I hear was this motherfucker yelling, oh, you'll never find no one. No one's gonna go help you. You're not gonna get no work, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And it was getting me mad, right? It was infuriating me. And I'm like, man, dude, I could go home, call it a day, and this motherfucking little bitch is gonna win. Or I could pull my pants up, tie them up, and find a fucking solution.
Yeah.
So I went to Ranch Market, nothing.
Nice.
I parked. I'm like, this is my Hail Mary. I went on Facebook. Hey, I need workers ASAP. Who's not doing shit and wants to work? My good friend Amy, God bless her, man. She showed up, and I found another worker, and boom, we're getting it done, you know. And it's gonna get done.
Yeah,
you know,
wow, that's cool.
I could have, and before I probably would have, you know, given up and been like, oh, you know, and I would have made up excuses and a half, man. They would have justified why I didn't, you know, completed this or why not. But I'm like, you know what? No, I gave this guy my word that this is gonna be done this day.
Nice.
I need to do this, and then I'm definitely not gonna let these little fucking punks win.
Yeah.
And that was my mentality where I'm like, okay, let's fucking do this shit.
That's great. I'm more shocked at the fact that the uppity workers at the Home Depot. That's crazy to me.
I've never heard that.
I've never heard that, but
yeah.
it's been a while since I've told them this story. I've picked up a couple of helpers at the Home Depot, and they shoveled rock for me one time, long time ago, and I gave them ice cream from the ice cream. Back then, minimum wage was shit. Like, so the $10 an hour I paid them was big. Oh, you heard that? Yeah. So that's basically, I've done that before. So the ice cream man, I gave them ice cream.
Well, I don't chip or pay for that, but I do feed them. Give them water.
At minimum, ice cream.
Ice cream. But it was in the summer, and the ice cream man was coming around, and I gave him ice cream too. So that was their bonus.
No, I mean,
on top of their.
You know what? The key is to find them when they fresh get off the boat.
Yeah,
or the
first got over. Yeah,
they took the ladder.
Yeah,
they got the ladder from. Let's get into some of our topics.
Yeah,
and can you get the video working?
Try. All right.
So the first one is a UFC. A new video is surfacing of the Conor and Khabib fight.
Yeah.
So during this fight,
touch a little bit about that as far as like. So the first fight, obviously, we know that Conor and Khabib was. Sorry, I'm doing two things at once. Basically, we know what happened, right? At the end, basically, they got into the big fight, and someone from Khabib's camp hit Conor, and everything was all crazy.
Super escalated.
And Khabib went back home and was like suspended or something, right, from the UFC.
Yeah, because he had jumped into the crowd.
Yeah, and it was crazy. But so we'll put on the video as far as what we have, and for the
make sure the volume's up too, so we can hear it. Just kidding. Just kidding. TV doesn't work.
Is it not working?
I don't know. Oh, there's the volume.
Yeah. Sorry.
Way to go, dude. You had it right.
No, that was the other one though.
Nothing.
Should be. Hello? I don't know. Yeah.
Sorry,
technical difficulties.
Yeah, there we go. Now it's turned on. You should have turned it on before.
Well, it was on, and then it shut off while we had the other video that we have going on.
Stop having all your devices sleep.
It's not my
there
fault,
it is.
man.
All right, here it is. All right, so as we're watching this, right?
So we'll put that on.
Put it to the baby.
Huh?
No, you haven't.
Yeah, it's on. So in the background, here's the UFC fight.
We're talking. Let's talk now, he says. Let's talk. So they're like going at it, right? Khabib is above him, just like, come on, let's talk. What are we talking about?
Are they really saying that? I can't hear that.
Yeah, no, you hear him? He was like, it's only business. Did you hear him? He was like, hey, let's talk. This video is now surfacing, right? So Conor is the instigator in the whole drama that ensued this whole thing.
Well, of course. That's why he came out with a vengeance.
And yeah, as soon as he's getting his ass beat, he starts to back down.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, it's only business. Don't you think it's appropriate maybe to like be like, hey, let my camp reach out to your camp. If you're gonna pull some WWE bullshit, reach out to the other camp.
So you're not gonna get your ass kicked as bad like this?
Because honestly, had there not been any refs in this, I think Khabib would have killed him, like killed. You know what I'm saying? Like
all the shit talk that happened beforehand, for sure. I mean, all the shit talking about his wife and everything. Was that what's happened, right? Like Conor was talking shit about his wife.
Well, I mean, they have to sell tickets.
Well, I know that's his main thing. Connor's main thing is
if they get no asses in the seats, they get no money. Like, they have to. I mean, that's why Connor's one of the biggest paid people there. Whether he's the best fighter or not, that's debatable.
Big show talker. He puts on a show.
Yeah, he gets the asses in the seats because he talks a lot of shit.
Yeah,
and I mean, he's working.
Yeah.
Like I hate when people try to categorize athletes like they're not fucking human. It's like, yeah, they're human. They're putting on a show. It's like, let's say a comedian makes a race joke and it doesn't go too good and people call him racist, and it's like, he's not racist, that's just his act, you know, like he's just trying to work on a joke. And you know, same thing with fighters, that's with baseball, football players, you know, like, hey, they you know what, I actually like that shit, you know, like I want sports to you know, approve steroids,
make a show of it and things like that.
No, to like, you know, if players want to shoot up, let them shoot up, you know. If
then, yeah, I mean, if you bring it into the NFL, then you have the NFL blitz. If players are doing that, like people,
the video game, is that your reference?
Yeah, I mean,
NFL blitz.
If they're all doing steroids, yes, then at that point they need to like do power slams and other shit because it's just going to get chaotic. Everybody's going to have their adrenaline through the roof. Dudes are going to have heart attacks on the fucking field because they're too pumped up.
Literally,
like I don't necessarily agree with where you're going with that, but I think...
Oh, no, I told you from the get-go, man, I have a totally different point of view on a lot of topics.
That's true.
Yeah, like this is one of them where, you know what, hey, let them be whoever they want to be. I really don't give a fuck what they do outside of the field or outside of the ring or whatnot, because I watch them because of what they do on the field, not because of how you are outside of the
like
field.
All their stance on shit.
I turn on the TV. I sit down to watch football, you know, for what they're doing on the field, not for what they live outside of the field, dude. Whatever they do, they want to do drugs, they want to beat their girl, they want to do whatever, man. They want to sit down, you know, man, do whatever, dude. Just show up in the field, you know. That's why I
agree with all of that, for the exception of the PED thing. Like, I think that's a little going beyond. It's stretching.
Well, I agree with what you're saying as far as I'm here to watch what you do on the field.
All the TMZ shit doesn't fucking matter. Just show up on Sunday.
Yeah, and if you do your shit legally or not legally, and if you get caught, then that should be legally. I mean, I don't care. I don't care about the NFL aspect.
Let's be honest. They're doing steroids anyways. They're just not doing the ones that are illegal and banned, or at least they're doing secretly.
Or they're doing it. They're doing
something
smart.
to enhance their performance.
They're skating the system enough.
It's rare that you find an NFL player that's like all natural. You know, maybe like Bo Jackson or something like that.
But the thing is that because the regulations are there, like they're trying to skate the system enough. So it's not always, you know, it's, if the thing was a free for all and they just let them do PEDs all the time, then you would see super dudes fucking jacked up. You basically would see Mr. Universe in every single player.
It's true.
Then probably baseball will have bigger attendance.
That's true, and it is dwindling for them. Poor baseball.
It is, man. It's sad. I grew up loving baseball, and I tune every now and then.
Who's your team? Dodgers.
Dodgers, yeah.
Not
LA
stereotype.
Dodgers. So I grew up in LA, man.
Yeah, that's kind of why I kind of figured you were a Dodgers fan.
Yeah, Dodgers fan, man. I have a interesting story.
Ooh, tell us about it. What happened?
I was born in Guatemala, Central America.
Okay.
And when I was 7 months old, at that time, my dad had already migrated to LA, and my mom was in Guatemala, so he had enough money to send for me and my brother, you know, and my mom to get migrated back over here.
Very cool.
And then we went to LA, and that's where we grew up in basically in East LA, Southgate area. We grew up till I was 12. Then we moved here to West Phoenix, and you know, went back and forth from there in LA, and had my kids here and just stayed here. But I've been here ever since 1995.
Very cool.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely, man.
That is crazy.
But I do love all the LA teams, man. The Lakers, the Raiders. Well, they were LA Raiders at that time.
Yeah, I saw your tattoo.
Oh, my Raiders tattoo on my forearm.
Yes, I saw that.
What do you think that they might actually be playing in Glendale this next year? What do you think about that?
Excited?
They're just rumors, bro. At the end of the day, I don't really get into all that hype and, you know, like what are they gonna do, or maybes and shit, like the mock draft. Even the drafts, I really don't care.
No?
But the mock, like, that is fucking retarded. You're guessing on something that hasn't happened, that don't even fucking matter. Because most people that get drafted high in the draft, that people make the big noise, they don't go nowhere in the fucking NFL.
It's true.
Once the real season starts, most of them don't make it. Like, it's easy to look like you're a superstar when you're not playing the best of the best. When you only play the best of the best, let's say if you're a quarterback, right? You only play the best of the best backs twice a year. So you look good the rest of the season, but those 2 games, now those 2, that D-backs, now you're seeing that team a lot more in the NFL because a lot of that team got drafted into the NFL. Now you're seeing them more in a consistent weekly basis. And so, to me, the draft and all that, the mock drafts, I'm like, I don't care, dude. I mean, supposedly they were supposed to play here, but they already signed in Oakland for 1 more year.
Well, no, but the stadium's condemned in Oakland, so they can't play.
From what I heard,
it's probably been condemned for a long time, I would imagine. So, what's 1 more year, maybe?
Yeah,
put a Band-Aid on it. Fix the pipes and call it a day.
They turn the lights on.
Yeah. As long as the lights work.
Once Al David passed away, they turned the lights on.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
The big old torch.
Yeah. Just play under that. Very cool.
So the next topic that we had ready to go was Grumpy Cat.
Grumpy Cat. You're not really.
Yeah, you're not really an internet guy, but Grumpy Cat is actually local to Arizona.
Yeah,
which is surprising. I never knew that.
Well, what is that though?
So Grumpy Cat's it was a big internet
you
thing.
Show a picture of Grumpy Cat?
Yeah. So Grumpy Cat, let me find it. So Grumpy Cat is he's a big cat that he always looked fucking grumpy. Like he's basically like Garfield in a sense.
I'm not a cat person. So
me neither.
I don't just scroll.
Yeah, I wouldn't care.
Well, what made Grumpy Cat famous was obviously his look, but he also
always looked mad.
Are you a fan of memes?
Oh yeah, all the time. Those are the funniest shit, man.
So that's probably you might have seen some of him looking.
So just to go over a few. So here's Grumpy Cat with a few of his memes. Little bird told me it was your birthday. I hate him. So many reasons to be grumpy. So little time. It's just because the cat looks grumpy, right? So it's a lot of like unpleasant, a lot of memes that people can relate with.
He kind of looks like Batman a little bit.
What? Oh,
like just kind of like the
definitely this meme. He looks like Batman.
Like this, his eyes. You know what I mean? Like he looks like Batman in a way, right? Like he almost looks like he's ready to like.
I don't know. He looks more like a fucking raccoon to me.
I can see that too. He does look like a Batman or a raccoon for
Reference
sure.
to local trash.
Yeah, I know. Bring that back. But yeah, so apparently he died.
Passed away. Poor cat.
Passed away.
So
it was actually
that's fucking news.
It was news.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently it was big internet wise. But
so I have a conspiracy I would like to start.
Go ahead.
The owners of Grumpy Cat
killed him for the insurance?
Yes, for insurance.
It's always insurance with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they took a life insurance policy out on him.
Can you?
At least a couple million.
Another Ramsey case.
Yeah. First off, what insurance company would back? I mean, I'm sure because he's.
Dude, they have insurance companies on fucking Facebook promoting right now that they give insurance for 30 minutes, an hour, just insurance. So
you can insure anything. Is that what you're getting at? Basically?
Essentially, yes.
All right, so that goes that argument. But basically, it seems crazy to me to insure a cat. But if he's as famous or possibly as famous as Grumpy Cat, I guess
there's no reason.
People insure there's stuff like Bruce Buffer for the UFC, he has insurance for his throat. And there's people that have like famous hair, they have insurance for their hair.
Which is smart because if you can't perform, you could still get paid. Almost like Affleck almost.
Ooh, I wonder if Ric Flair like has insurance for his fucking call.
Woo?
Yeah.
Woo? Yeah. Is Ric Flair dead?
No, he's not dead.
Is he alive?
He actually just did like a WWE event.
Oh, did he?
Like the Royal Rumble or some shit. Like he's still
been
going
old forever. He's been old forever.
Not a fan of wrestling at all? No?
Nah, I'm not watching wrestling when
the Hulk.
Once I learned how to potty, I was potty trained, I stopped watching wrestling. I stopped in my teens, but yeah, it just doesn't grab my attention no more.
No, last time I watched was like Hulk and Ultimate Warrior and Sting. Yeah. That's back when I watched. Other than that,
was Ric Flair's day too.
Yeah.
I used to love Stone Cold, man.
Yeah.
See, I didn't watch any of that one. I didn't watch any of Stone Cold.
Stone Cold was my guy.
I didn't watch any Rock. I didn't watch The Rock either.
The Rock was the fucking funniest shit talker.
Yeah.
Like all his jabroni and
either you loved him or you hated him.
They were just hilarious. Just
yeah.
I mean, just the premise of it, dude. It was just funny as hell. I'm not a big fan now, but.
You don't like his stuff now,
no,
movie-wise?
I like his movies. I'm just not like a big fan of wrestling.
Wrestling,
But like when he was in wrestling, he was very entertaining. He definitely made the show.
Very cool. Yeah, no, I never got into wrestling after, like I said, the Hulk and the
Hulk.
Yeah.
Ultimate Warrior.
Ultimate Warrior and then Sting, and who else?
I like how this went from like Grumpy Cat to
wrestling.
So I was raised in a very religious home. And we weren't allowed to watch wrestling. There was a lot of stuff that we weren't allowed to watch.
Yeah,
that, and they had costumes, and like.
Wait a minute, I want to know the premise.
Undertaker.
Undertaker too.
Yeah, like that's
I want to know
and shit like that.
But I want to know what the premise is between the costumes and why it's not something you can watch. Is it because
just because the costumes resemble like Halloween a lot. They had the scary mask and
devilish
the Undertaker,
kind of thing. Devilish kind of thing.
Like, yeah. So I mean, my parents and like I did for a while, but I don't blame them no more because my mom grew up without a mom and my dad grew up without a dad. So I know that they tried their best with what they had. But they were fucking gullible like a motherfucker.
Oh, really?
Oh, man. Yeah, like so in doing comedy here for, a little bit over a year now, I did another podcast previous to this, and I talked a little bit more on my experiences growing up as a Christian. And people loved it. People commented and gave a lot of feedback.
Yeah.
And they're like, man, I didn't know that depth about church, and I didn't know, stuff happened like that. I mean, I didn't get molested by no pastor, none of that shit. Like,
yeah. Do you feel left out?
Yeah.
Do you feel left out? Like, were you not the chosen? No.
Nah, man.
Were you not bringing flowers? Is that why?
The only reason that I would go close to the pastors because my parents wanted me to shake their hand, or they wanted me to get the blessing or whatever from the pastor. But my Sunday school teachers hated me because I always asked questions. I always had questions. I don't know if it's being smart or ADHD or whatever, but my mind was always running and I always had questions, and because it's in the Bible or because that's the way God made it, or the other good one that they love to use, God's things are not meant for human minds to understand, or however they word it.
Because I said so.
There's some word, but like all of that, I'm like, oh man, I always had questions, so once I was 18 and I was able to make my choice, I went to one final church, because when you're raised thinking everything positive, everything good in life, thank Jesus, thank God, right? That's how you categorize, that's how you express, or your feelings go. Everything bad was because the devil and they're attacking and blah, 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 blah. And once I left church, I had a hard time detaching from that, because everything I knew was Christian related. I would get moved by the preachings and whatnot, and I thought, oh my God, it's because the word is deep, the word of God is powerful. Nah, it's because that motherfucking pastor has really good stage presence. That's why you're fucking getting moved like that. Because that motherfucker knows what he's doing, how he fluctuates his voice when it gets very low like this, when it gets very loud and exciting, and it's like he knows what he's doing. And I caught on to that, But, growing up as a Christian, I hated it, man. I blame my parents a lot. I had a lot of grudge and a lot of resentment towards them, but now I understand that they just did the best they could, what they thought was the best for me. In which at that point, at the point where I was bitter, like in my 20s, I didn't see the blessings. I didn't see the gifts that I have developed due to church. So due to church, I got not at church though, it was at school. But due to church, I got that bug for wanting to be on stage. Like I wanted to be the main guy. I didn't want to be the preacher. I wanted to be the main guy that was singing and had the group behind them and the backup singers, and he will cue the piano guy for his solo. He'll cue the singers for their solo and whatnot. And that's who I wanted to be. I'm like, man, I'll be that. He dressed nice. He sings good. Everybody loves him. Like I want to be that guy. And then I've always been gifted in music, right? And there was this trumpet player. It was a new sound that was introduced to the church, and this was in my 5th grade.
Okay.
And in 5th grade, that's when the teachers go into the classroom, the music teachers, and say, "Hey, who wants to join band?" Blah 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 blah, right? And I'm like, "Yeah, I would like to play." And they looked at my hands. They're like, "Well, you have good hands for a saxophone or a trumpet." And I'm like, "Oh, I want a trumpet. I want to play a trumpet." All right, cool. Go show up to this room at this time, this date. And I ended up, they gave me a trumpet, they gave me a note, and I went home and I practiced the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
Like they said, practice this. And it was just a basic C note. When I went there the next week, "Oh yeah, play that sound for me." No problem. Teacher looked at me and she's like, "Can I talk to you?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Have you ever played before?" "No." "You sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've never played before." "So no one taught you how to play that?" I'm like, "No, you told me last week how to grab it. You told me how to blow on it, and you showed me the note you wanted me to play, and that's what I played." She's like, how would you like to be in my advanced class?" I'm like, "Okay, sure. Let's go to the advanced class." So from there, my first high was at the advanced class. At the end of the year, the advanced class had a concert, and out of all of, I think it was like 50 to 70 students, only 3 students got to play a solo during that concert, and I got chosen to be one. So, playing, I was 10 years old, playing in front of, nice size school auditorium, and they're them cheering, and I'm like, what? Just being fucking nervous and just feeling my legs shake, but I'm gonna keep my hands strong, right? So I don't shake the trumpet, but I know my legs I'm fucking shitting bricks, man. And, just, it's another emotional point in my life, because my mom got up, all happy and crying and whatnot, right? Yeah. And, growing up, there wasn't a lot of emotion, in our house, right? Yeah. There was a lot of, it felt like 2 families in one household. It felt like me and my brother, and then there's me and my brother, we live in this room, right? And then there's my mom, my dad, and my sister, and they live in the rest of the house. And everything, like me and him, we just kind of had to figure it out. I look up to him a lot, and I've learned so much from my brother. But, just to see my mom up there and happy and crying,
Very
like
cool.
that was a rare moment, but that was the first time that I did really get that, man, I feel alive. Like, I feel great.
Yeah.
I remember we went out to eat pizza after that, and I was just on cloud 9 and all that. Later on, I got into choir in church, and, I was always into music and stuff like that, but I'd love to sing. Like, I love to sing, right? So I did choir and all that other stuff that it just kept feeding the stage, the hunger for the stage. Like, I want to be seen, I want to be heard, and all of this.
So that kind of launched you to your
comedy world.
Yeah, your comedy world, because you wanted to be on stage.
It did, in a way, because when I left church, I categorized all of that with church, so I just basically threw that all away.
Okay.
But for years, I felt an emptiness, right, in me. And I would catch myself singing certain church songs. And the reason why wasn't because I'm feeling the spirit or because God had touched me or none of that bullshit that people want to put in my head.
God or
the reason
priest?
was
Remember, he didn't bring flowers.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, sorry.
But the reason was that because these melodies, these songs made me feel a certain way.
Yeah.
You know, just singing them, just the vibration of my throat, my head, my chest, just singing and doing it, like, and then the memory of me being in front of people and doing it, and just the feeling of that.
Yeah.
It was great. Now, what brought me to comedy was a few years ago, maybe like 5 years ago, I had thought about it. Right.
Okay.
Where it had popped in my head before, but then I would brush it off. But this time it just kind of stayed there. And I remember telling the next girlfriend, you know what, man, I think I want to do stand-up comedy. She's like, yeah, I could see that. I could see that in you. And you know, that was the end of that for a few years. That relationship didn't work out, and I went through, you know, this long time of depression, of just beating myself out and self-defeating behaviors and playing the victim role, you know, playing the role of, oh, poor me, everyone's out to get me, and there's no good women out there, and there's no good people, and no one loves me, and all this other, you know, just self-defeating, negative, bitter crap. Mm-hmm. And I remember my mentor. I talked to him one day after the Tuesday morning class, and he heard me out. I'm there crying to him because, like I told you guys out there before the show, like I'm a very passionate guy. Yeah. If you guys can't tell here, you know, when I love someone, like I deeply care and love them. Yeah. But also when I hate them, like the hate is in that same intensity level, and.
So you're kind of like an all or nothing kind of guy almost.
Yeah, and I show my emotions. I wear my emotions in my face, you know. Like I'm a very emotional person. Like I could get loud. Obviously I could cry. A lot of stuff, you know, I'm still dealing with. But you know, I had this. I talked to my mentor, and once I basically blew my load of pity to him.
Sorry.
No pun intended.
Sorry. Didn't mean to laugh there.
He looked at me and he's like, Jonathan, when is the pity party over?
Yeah.
And I'm like, excuse me?
Yeah.
Like, what? He's like, yeah, when is your pity party over? I'm like, fuck. I don't know. I can't tell you that. You know, obviously I'm crying in front of you. I'm a fucking mess. Like, yeah. And he's like, well, when do you think it should stop? When do you think it's this benefit for you to stop?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this motherfucker, I know what he did. He fucking sold me. You know, so I'm like, okay, you're right. And, you know, from that day, I was like, man, okay, I need to get this done. You know, and I felt through depression, and, you know, I hate when people say, they act victim, they act like depression is a disease and anxiety is a disease and shit. Like, you know what, motherfuckers? I beat that shit with yoga, meditation, and a good fucking love, that rough love, you know, when motherfuckers that you love tell you, dude, stop being a fucking bitch, get up and do something. You are better than this. Why the fuck are you moping around the house like you're some fucking loser with your head fucking down like some beaten dog when you're better than this? What the fuck are you doing? You know, it hurt. It's fucked up.
If you use that voice in your head versus the other one, right? You use that positive voice, the one that kind of makes you drive.
Oh, and
that's what I mean. That's what's gonna make you beat the fact that it's.
You know, I've learned that your self-talk is the most important thing in the fucking world. It's the most powerful tool that you have. Why? Because the way that you talk to each other, the way that we talk to ourselves. We won't even dare to talk to someone else like that.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, we won't even dare to tell and put down someone the way that we put down ourselves, our own self, you know, for whatever reason, whatever we do.
Yeah.
So definitely that's self-talk. That was the lesson I had to learn. And that's why I say depression is curable, anxiety is curable. I get people attacking me and they get pissed when I say this. Why? Because they still want to fucking play the goddamn victim role. They want to rely on a pill and all this other bullshit. It's just masking the problem.
Yeah.
It's not really helping the problem, you know? And the problem is within. And what I've learned through my years is that every answer that you seek for whatever problem you have, you already have it in you. So I have a therapist. I see a therapist. I've been seeing this lady for maybe 4 or 5 years, man. I fucking love her. I started once a week for like 3 years. Now we're down to once a month. And she's like my emotional guide.
Yeah.
But what I've learned through her, the most important lesson that I learned through her is that I walk in there with my problems and she just fucking holds my hand and asks me a series of questions. At the end of the fucking hour, guess who's answering their own fucking question? This guy is.
Nice.
But everyone is like that, man.
Yeah.
We all put limits. We all put ourselves in this cage. Speaking of memes, there's this meme where this horse or a donkey is tied to a plastic chair.
Yeah, that took a weird turn.
Yeah.
We heard.
We heard
our mind went somewhere else first.
Fucking white people.
Yeah. We go, it's quick the horse, not the animals.
You guys go to Mexico for a totally different experience.
We do. Yeah.
That's $20 in a back alley. We can't pass that up.
Yeah.
But so in this meme, he's tied to this $5 plastic chair, and this meme says we hold ourselves back, and that's exactly what we do.
Yeah.
Whatever that chair is for you, whether it's fear, whether it's shame, or whatever it may be, man. Like that's what it is. You need to get into yourself. You need to go dig, and we hate that shit. Why? Because we tell ourselves that we're pieces of shit, so we feel here that we're pieces of shit.
Yeah.
So we don't want to look at a piece of shit in the mirror. But guess what? It's just like having a bad fucking set when you're doing comedy.
Yeah.
The worst part of being a comedian, having to go back and listen to your sets, man. When you bomb, you're like, oh shit, I know how I felt there. Oh my God, I can't believe I said that. Fuck, did I really stutter in that word? Like you're like cutting yourself down, you know. But
podcasting is the same thing. You
Same
go back and we go back to listen to
Yeah,
some of our
first-
episodes.
but that's
couple
what
of
makes
ones,
you good, though.
you have to,
And you have to
learn
apply
from
that
it.
because one thing
Grow.
that my mentor tells me, and he drills it, is how you do something is how you do everything.
Yeah.
How you run your podcast is probably how you're going to run your life. Probably the same way you're going to run your vehicle,
kinda
your
true.
business.
Oh, so you don't put any effort in your life, is what you're
Nope.
saying? Oh, okay.
Just
all right.
like this. I show up.
Albert doesn't show up. He doesn't show up.
He doesn't show up in life. Yeah.
And look, I've been on both sides of the coin. All right, I've been an alcoholic, a loser, alcoholic, and that's why I have to challenge myself and do these fasts. I have to challenge myself to be better. Why?
Good.
Because I know I'm better.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot more
That's
in
awesome.
me. I know that I believe I'm funny right now, but I know that I'm funnier. I know that I've even reached there.
There's always more to grow.
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel that I found my voice, but now I need to grow that voice.
Yeah.
You know, because we were talking outside about when we did the competition for the first time, and I did not advance the first time.
Yeah.
Man, that lit a fire underneath me like no other.
Yeah.
Like I was pissed. I was like, what the fuck? That was some good material. And man, what the hell happened? And oh man, I can't believe this. And then I had to swallow the pill and get back at it, man. Hit the mics again, keep grinding. And there was the option to come back in week 3, and I'm like, fuck this. In week 3, I'm not gonna be denied. I'm not getting denied in week 3. And sure enough, I made it in week 3.
Yeah.
And from there, from week 3 to the competition, which was about another 2 weeks, that was the same thing. Like, okay, I'm gonna bring some fucking fire. Like, I'm gonna bring the best I have. Like, if I go down, I'm going down swinging. And I mean, I didn't make it, but I'm glad. Like, I'm glad with the
You made
results.
it. I mean, you made it, and it was a tough competition for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying I didn't make it to the $300 finish line.
Yeah.
But I was satisfied with the results, though. I was satisfied with the people that won. I genuinely agree that they were funnier than me. They brought better material, and I'm coming for them next time.
Very cool.
I'm a very competitive person. I'm very passionate about that, and it brought out this different animal in me.
Good.
Where I was hungry. Like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get this shit. I'm fucking hungry. Like, and that was my first competition.
Oh, okay.
That was my very first comedy competition, and I was just happy with the results. I'm happy because, like I said, I feel I found my voice, and I appreciate it. Man.
And like I said, I mean, you definitely progressed from the first time we saw you to the second time, and to the third time. Like it seemed like your material was getting better, or like you were delivering it better. Maybe it was some of the same stuff, but you were doing a better job as you were going. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I found out that I'm a very emotionally driven person.
Yeah.
And through stand-up, so I used to get, before stand-up, I used to get in a lot of arguments on Facebook. A lot of fucking dumbass arguments that are just fucking
Mark
pointless.
does that too.
And, it was just a waste of time. And at the end of the fucking day, it fucked up my day because, I felt like I won the argument, but... I had to fucking throw some low blows because they were throwing some low blows at me, and
that's not what I do.
You just go for it and send bad things. He gets banned all the time.
No, I don't get banned.
No, he does. He does though.
But I would argue, and what comedy has done for me is that it has given me a way to funnel that emotion, funnel that animosity in me. To where, I don't know if you guys are Dragon Ball Z fans. No. Man.
Good stuff.
Fuck yeah, that's just amazing.
Yeah.
So they have this thing called Spirit Bomb.
Okay.
Right? And he is like when he's getting all fucked up and he has no energy left and the bad guy's about to win and he stretches his hands up. And he's like, everyone in the universe, send me your energy, right? And he builds this big old ball, and it gets bigger and bigger, right? And then his buddies have to go and distract the bad guy while he's, generating this big ball and getting all the energy. Yeah. And then he throws that ball at them, and he kills the bad guy, right? Nice. That's kind of how I am with my emotions and stand-up.
Take it all in. And
like I would come in an argument or something would happen or whatever that I'm like, man, I could sit here and I could talk shit to you. So I did, and this comes back to this, what I was just saying here. I did stand up for a month, from October to November of 2017, and then I took 6 months off, which I was still going to shows and stuff, but I wasn't doing stand up. And at this time I was delivering for DoorDash.
Okay.
And I was waiting for an order, and some guy had posted something about I have undeniable proof that God is real. And I was like, all right, wise guy, I've heard it all, dude. I'm like, what you got?
So wait a minute. So you started a fight with somebody on Facebook because of that post?
Well, I wanted to hear the argument. I wanted to hear what
he had
proof
to say
that they have, right?
Yeah.
What undeniable proof they have, which I already knew what he was going to say. Like I said, I grew up in church. I know the ins and outs of churches and the business side of churches and just all this other stuff. So I've heard them all. I've heard how they train you to talk to people and argue and rebuke whatever they say and all this. So I've heard them all. And he said the same thing that someone said a couple years ago, and it was proof that God is real is to look around you because everything that you see wouldn't be there without a God.
Yeah. That's
and I was like,
pretty
dude,
blanketed.
That's fucking retarded.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's as stupid as a parent, a kid asking a parent on Christmas Day, hey, where do all these presents come from? Santa. Oh, it's come from Santa.
Yeah.
Well, how do you know Santa's real? Well, look around you. If Santa wasn't real, none of this would be
there.
I'm like, dude, you got to come with more proof than that, right? So then, and actually, one of my jokes that I came back with was that scenario. I just couldn't present it the right way, but I still think that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
So we argue a little bit, and then he runs out of steam. So what everyone does when they run out of steam, he'll start going to my profile, start pulling out pictures and, look at this, like making fun of my appearance or my hair or whatever it may be.
I'm guessing this is probably just some religious guy, or was he like a pastor? Because that'd be hilarious if you're fighting with a pastor.
No, it was some random dude.
Random dude, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay. So I get my phone. I was gonna write him some shit, just roast the fuck out of him and roast his fucking daughters. And I'm like, you took off the gloves, homie. Now it's fucking. But then I remember I was like, is this even worth it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking roast the fuck out of him. I'm gonna make him feel like shit. I'm gonna talk shit about, his family and whatnot. And I'm gonna win. But I'm also gonna feel like a fucking dickhead afterwards. I'm gonna fucking have that negative feeling like, fuck, what the fuck did I just do? Why did I just do that? Like, fuck, I'm better than this. So what I did is I put my phone away and I had my backpack with a yellow pad and a pen, and I just started writing. And then the first Monday of May of last year, of 2018, which was on a Monday, I went to an open mic at the Loft again. That was ran by John Carney. I forgot his name. But he's good dude.
Yeah.
And I showed up, and ever since then, man, I've just been hitting mics. Recently,
so you should thank God.
I probably should, right?
For the religious guy that opened your eyes to go to comedy, because it almost seemed like that guy kind of pushed you into the world almost a little bit,
the comedy world,
because it seemed like that all that anger that you had towards that guy turned into something good.
Yeah,
I was able to
divert it
into something positive, which is kind of the path you're going.
At least an attempt to have a good set.
Yeah, that's good, because obviously your first set's going to be probably not the great. I mean, anybody's, right? The first time you go up, there's going to be probably a bomb situation.
So the hardest part about going back up was the build up to it, right? For me,
the anxiety and everything. Probably.
Okay, I signed up. Fuck, I should just go home. Damn, I don't know if I want to stay here. And then I would start trying to find all the excuses. Oh man, I think I left this on, or man, I gotta go do this, or man.
Yeah.
And there was a few times that I did leave, or a few times that I did not perform. But for the most part, once I got past that, it was like, okay, I'm up here already and whatnot. Then my mentor had asked me. He asked me what my pre-stage routine is. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
You don't have a pre-stage routine?
Right.
I'm like, no. And so he worked with a lot of personal development big speakers like Tony Robbins, and they host big seminars, public speakers. And he was like, every single one of them has a routine, because they have to get in the right mindset. They have to be in the right energy. They have to summon whatever makes them that. They have to summon that before they get on stage. And I'm like, that's interesting, So I was listening to Joe Rogan. I'm a big Joe Rogan podcast fan. Definitely has helped me out comedy-wise a lot.
Yeah.
But this particular time, I was listening to Joe Rogan, and fuck. What are we talking about?
Story of my life right now, dude.
I mean,
typically that's me
Joe
that
Rogan.
happens. Deep. Joe Rogan basically helped you with your material. That kind of where you're going with that, almost, sort of. Not with your material, but with being the comedy.
To getting on my ritual to get on stage. Yes, that. So what he talked about, he was talking to a different comic, and the comic was like, I saw you at the store last time, and then I was talking to you, and then I turned around and you were gone. And then I looked down and you're like folded in half. And Joe Rogan's like, he kind of chuckles. He's like, oh yeah, I like to stretch myself out a little bit before I go up on stage, get loose, get everything out, get all the kinks out and this and that. And I'm like, because I do yoga. I'm big on yoga. I fucking love yoga.
How many times do you yoga a week?
2 times a week.
Nice.
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Very cool.
Well, that's the ideal, right?
Yeah, that's what you shoot for,
so
right?
I'm able to do 4, but I shoot for Tuesday and Thursdays.
Yeah.
And I normally make it to 1 per week. And if I don't, I feel like, fuck, man, something's not
gotta
right.
go,
I gotta go there.
I've never yogaed. I'm wondering if it's something worth
it.
Yeah? Yeah, you've yogaed?
Yeah.
Have you yogaed? Yeah.
Yeah. I love it, man. It's helped me out.
Kind of opens up your mind. Does it open up your mind a little bit? Kind of gets you. No, that's what they say, right?
And it does because, well, at least the type of yoga that I do, we do like a slight, slow, short meditation to set the intention of our practice, and then after we do another slow meditation, to thank ourselves.
Very cool.
And no, that's definitely helped me out mentally and whatnot. But going back to the pre-stage routine, I started doing that. Now that I know who goes before me, I started stretching and it definitely does get me in the right mindset to where I'm not nervous. I don't get that kind of panic attack before I get up on stage. I'm kind of ready for it.
Yeah, you built a routine so you're ready.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know if you guys ever taken mushrooms, and
yes. Good segue.
You don't.
I have not.
But you don't. So mushrooms, they. Long story short, they help
opens your mind, right? In a sense.
Not only that, but they help you to be with what is, to just be
in the moment, kind of thing.
Be in the moment. Just
don't
worry about what happened.
Every trip
don't worry what's gonna happen next. Just be where it's at here. Love yourself, like we're here,
Yeah.
And
I agree.
That's what
I agree.
I had a lot of stuff, where I'm thinking, oh well, what about this? What about that? And when I got in my mushroom trip, it magnified that. That's what people call bad trips.
Yeah.
But I don't consider that a bad trip. All it was a part of my brain that I did not want to face.
It makes you address things
that
does. You normally wouldn't address.
I recently went to Fossil Creek, and I ate 4 grams of mushrooms before we did our mile hike to the waterfall. So by the time we got to the waterfall,
none of this sounds fun to me, by the way. But keep going.
Oh no, it was magical. By the time we got to the waterfall, I was feeling them, and I had my orange juice, and like my group, they were swimming in the waterfall and all this, and I'm just kind of standing there, just like, wow.
Was it a group event of mushroom taking, or was it just you on a hiking trip?
So
hiking trip with other people that were normal.
Yeah, no, it was just me. They knew what I was doing.
Okay.
But I wasn't driving, so I'm like, dude, I'm gonna enjoy this trip.
Yeah.
And doing mushrooms on nature, it totally makes you view it in a different way.
Yeah.
Like now, I would notice clouds, and I would notice the light going through the clouds, and I would notice different colors, different shades. But this particular trip, I was at the waterfall, and just hearing that running water and crashing and whatnot, that was a trip. Like, it was just taking me to this portal inside of my brain, and I had certain issues there. I was there was this ex-girlfriend, and, that did me pretty bad, and I was kind of in the depression, and she came back, right? And she was messaging me every day and whatnot, and I still have feelings for her, but I know that this is not gonna happen, right? And I told them, but we were still talking, and part of the issues was like, what the fuck are you doing here, dude?
Yeah.
Like where is this going? Like, this is not gonna happen. Why are you still answering or calling? Like,
it makes you address things that you normally
that was something
wouldn't
that I had
address.
addressed. So that and something else that had happened in a different scenario with different people. But by the time I came back, by the time that everyone was done having fun, I just laid there. And I stared at the sky, and I tripped out on clear skies and the waterfall sound. But once everyone's like, all right, man, we're good. We're ready to go. Started a hike back to the car. I was done peaking, but I was done. I had resolved all my issues. I already knew what to do. I already knew as soon as I got home what I was going to do. And as soon as I got home, I'm like, hey, we need to talk. Make sure it's uninterrupted. And I let them know, you know, I let her know, hey, what the fuck are we doing here? You know, like, and like a few days after that, she stopped messaging me, she stopped calling, and I'm like, cool.
Wow.
But yeah,
So
I mean, the
mushrooms are the answer.
I mean, yeah.
They help you find the answer.
If you have an issue, you know, any issue that you want to figure out, like you definitely want to dig in there.
It'll help you get clarity.
So you look, here's the thing, like a lot of people like to categorize you as something negative.
Yeah.
For example, hippie, right?
Yeah.
That was a derogatory, I said that word.
No, you're right.
But that's a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
That's like, you know, you don't call people that because that's bad. But people like to categorize you because they're not willing to go as far as you. Now, hallucinogens, they've been around for centuries. Mm-hmm. Even the Eskimos used to go on like 40-day fast until they start hallucinating. Fuck, I'm fucking.
Hallucinating?
There you go, hallucinating.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, English is my second language, if you guys haven't picked that up yet. But every civilization has had it, you know, and that's how their medicine got started. That's how, you know, they cured a lot of stuff. But now we're westernized, and now weed, mushrooms, and LSD is Category 1 felony. You know, it has no medical value according to them. And I'm not a big conspiracy theory, but I think that is a conspiracy right there. Like, there's a reason why. You know, because it makes you question things. It makes you fucking think outside of the box. It makes you, like, you know, so growing up in school, all they did is they programmed you to show up at work, wear the uniform, wear your name tag, shut the fuck up, and regurgitate what they want you to say.
Yeah.
Like, that's all the school is. Even if you go to college, you know, people want to, I'm a college grad, my degree, my master's, blah, blah, blah. For most people, all that means is that you're the dumbass that's like in $100,000+ in debt. Yeah. And getting paid maybe $20,000, $30,000 fucking $1,000, 40, 50 if you're lucky a year. Yeah. What the fuck does, you know, the school and all that do for you? Nothing. They just program. So I went to college for a musical arts, right? Arts degree. And then I got there and I'm like, do I really want to go through college just to go work at a studio and still be miserable as fuck? Like, because I know a few, you know, poets, musicians, rappers, singers, and all of them have and they're pretty big names out here. Yeah. All of them have a cubicle job that they're fucking miserable and they fucking hate. It's like, do I really want to go to college to have that life? No, fuck no. So I was going to personal development. I'm like, you know what? Let me see business. Let me go try a business here in college.
Yeah.
Be your own boss.
Bullshit. All they were teaching me is to fucking work for a higher paying corporation, bro. Like, it wasn't even like, it was business, but business that you need to know to run. Their company. Yeah. You know, not to make your business, not to build your legacy. Yeah. Now they do have some half-ass small business class, and I took them, and it was a fucking joke. But you know, all you're being programmed is to fit in this category, and most people are living it, and they don't even realize. You know, most people don't know. Like, they're unconsciously incompetent. They don't know what they don't know. Yeah. You know, and some people are just consciously incompetent. They just don't want to do what they know.
Go through the motions.
And that's most people, you know, like that's why people get the results they do, and you know, that keeps going on and on.
Very true.
It's just a cycle, man. Everything is in your heads, and we don't give ourselves credit for how much we could do, how much we could push ourselves, you know. Like, if you tell people, talking about putting people in categories, you tell people, hey, I'm going to run a mile. Yeah. What, are you crazy? I could never do that. Shit, not with that fucking shitty attitude, you can't.
No.
You know, like, you definitely not with that one.
It's never that I never want to. It's just I don't want to.
Hey, that's perfectly fine. But to think or to categorize someone that does it as crazy because you don't want to challenge yourself like that. Like, and you can see that with a lot of stuff. You know, like let's take a fat people, for example, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, me and Mark are listening.
Yeah. I bet you guys probably have a fatter friend that you guys are like, look at this fat motherfucker.
Do we?
Do we?
I don't. I guess we're the fat friends.
Yeah, we're the fat
We're the
friends.
fat
You're
friends.
the ones getting pointed at.
Yeah, we're the ones everyone else points at us, I guess.
Yeah.
You're the key for the example.
Yes.
Jacoby said, "Real talk, bro. Real talk."
Yeah, perfect timing.
Nice. Shit.
We love your ice cream,
Jacoby.
Jacoby. We love your ice
Yes,
cream.
that was some good stuff. He hooked it up at after one of the boycotts performance. He hooked us up with some free samples.
So good.
nice.
It was
That is
good.
so good.
Blow Your Mind Sweets, delicious ice cream.
Yes.
Delicious. By far the most delicious ice cream I've ever had.
Agreed.
Yes, sir. Guarantee. I will.
Do you want to roll into?
Let's go ahead and let's just talk. Let's touch on.
You know what I just realized through the rest of this podcast, which I probably should have realized while we were talking outside before the show, was you're a talker, dude.
I told you I could fucking talk
He
forever.
said that before we came in here.
Dude. I was like, wow, man. But you
I guess
have stories.
I guess I wouldn't have thought that either. I wouldn't have thought that he would have had so much to talk about.
I've been through some stuff, you know, and I feel like I just broke out of depression, and I just broke out like last year.
You feel
last
like you
year
just-
was my year
you
of
broke-
awakening.
you
This
broke out
year
of a
is my
cage or
year
something?
of really coming out and like breaking out and going after what I want to do, you know. So, but it took a while. You know, one thing that my mentor keeps
Pull it
beating
up.
on me is
Get ready.
every master was once a disaster.
Yeah.
Meaning nobody, whoever the fuck you look up to, they weren't born that way. They had to create themselves to that image. They had to work hard to that shit. You know,
Some of the people I follow, just for like motivational for myself, they had to hit the low, right? They had to hit that point where like I
have
know
to.
where low is, so I don't need to be there anymore. And you know, I felt like I could relate.
and
So,
you have to look.
Yeah.
Talking about school, you could learn. You can learn swimming in a classroom, right?
Yeah.
You can learn the names of the strokes. You can learn how to breathe, how to count in your head. You could learn all this stuff, right? When do you really learn how to swim?
When you
When
experience,
someone pushes
when
you in the fucking
swim.
pool
Yeah.
and you start kicking your legs and paddling your arms.
Yeah.
Like after that, you don't know how to swim. Although a degree says you know how to swim, but you don't know how to swim. You definitely need to hit rock bottom. Like there is nothing happens without pressure, without
Yeah.
pain. Nothing
Yeah.
grows without
Yes.
having to dig it out. You know, like you don't have a fucking story if it's not coming out of pain. Like you don't have something that's gonna captivate and get people. Why? Because talking about pain, everyone goes through pain. Everyone goes through a lot of shit. The thing that happens is that now we like to isolate ourselves and think that I'm the only one this has happened to. Oh, poor me. Oh, this and that. No, it's happening to every fucking body. You, everybody's going through similar shit. They may have different names. They may
Just
have different ages,
how you
different
deal with
sexes.
it, how you deal with it, and how you turn into something positive if possible, or how you fix it.
No,
Right? That's how it comes down to.
So you can't control. You cannot control what happens to you.
Right, but I mean, it's
But
how
what
you
you could control is
after
how
what
you
happens.
respond
Yeah.
to what happens to you.
How you
And
react.
that's what we need to control. You know, a lot we love to say, "Oh, well, I just can't control that." Bullshit. You just don't fucking want to control that.
Yeah.
But your excuse is you can't control that.
Yeah.
You know, and like there's so many examples like that. So for example, I don't say the word try, and if I do, I catch myself and I apologize about that. Because
Either you do or you don't.
exactly, there is no trying. You're either doing or you're not doing. You know,
You bring
can't
up
try.
do or you don't. We actually have a video of a guy that was trying to do or you don't.
Is that what this is?
He's trying to
Let's
get
watch
famous
it.
off of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Hold
And
on.
he's trying to do. So I have two different angles based on this.
This is the
I
second
thought-
angle.
nice,
This is the
okay.
second angle.
I
No,
only
do
saw
the
the
first.
one-
Do the
first
first angle
angle.
first. Yeah.
Oh, this is the second angle. So hopefully it works.
Oh well, we got a clock ticking. You should have had it ready.
But it was on my phone, dude.
Technology's amazing, except for when it's not working for you.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not working.
Yeah.
It's
Apple.
Try again later.
Try again later. Way to go, dude.
All right, let's try the first view because that one worked earlier.
So for anyone that has not watched the video,
that's the second one.
No, this is the second view.
That's the other angle.
Here we go. So what happened was that somebody jump kicked Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? Once they can actually see the video, or not. Jeez, way to go, dude.
You're the one jumping the gun. I'm sitting there going to the other one.
No, I told you to get it ready while he was talking about his thing. What?
Hello? Sorry.
Or not. Maybe not today.
Sorry. Hopefully?
Here we go.
Here we go.
Play. So somebody...
Alright, so here's the video. Oof. So it's a jump rope competition or something.
Yeah. But he's also... He's like taking a video like, hey...
Somebody. Like a selfie. And Arnold's having a blast.
He is.
He's still buff like a
Heck
motherfucker.
yeah, he is for being 70.
Hell yeah.
Look at those Adidas's, though.
I know, they're nice and clean.
Crisp. This guy. He fucking jump kicks this kid, or this dude, or Arnold. Yeah. Jump kicks him.
Arnold didn't even fall.
No, he didn't. Nothing.
So like
that's why I wanted you to play this second, but... If you go to the first video,
the first one looks like he falls.
The first video, well, he like gets pushed into a bunch of people. The first video though shows, or not shows. You hear the audio. Listen, all right, listen.
Here's the first video. So Arnold's taking photos, having fun, and then it stopped.
Way to go. All right, so anyways, this dude jump kicks Arnold, right? And the kid goes, "Help me. I need a Lamborghini."
Oh, yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
So as a do or you don't, that's where the connection to do or don't. Like, this kid, took the initiative. He did a do, right? To try to get internet famous, which he is, obviously, apparently, because... We're not the only ones watching this video and the other angles of it.
I wonder if that was a bet, you know. I wonder if his like uncles or buddies were like, "Hey, I bet you can't get his attention, dude." And he's like, "Fuck that, I bet you I can."
Yeah, let me fucking jump kick him.
Let me do this WWF double kick to the back.
Seriously.
For real.
Jacoby said that was some bullshit. I would have fucked dude up.
Jacoby, I can see you doing that. I can see you fighting him for sure.
But yeah, so come to the do you don't. Like, he could have like just waited around and like tried to get a picture with Arnold, right? Versus like, I'm just gonna fucking jump kick him out of nowhere so I can get fucking on YouTube or some video. Like,
I gotta make this memorable,
right?
He's gonna remember me forever.
You know, and Arnold, all he's sitting there trying to do is showcase somebody that's actually doing some fucking work.
Yeah.
With the jump rope.
Yeah.
Like, yo,
he's not even like.
That's really who should be getting the spotlight here. Is her.
Yeah, she's
fucking doing some work.
Yeah, that kick was,
dude. That guy looked like he was about to kill him.
Though. The guy that jumped on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's his bodyguard that basically dropped the ball. Really.
Really.
He should have saw that guy running towards him.
Seen it coming.
He should have saw a dude full speed.
Someone got fired that day.
Yeah.
If you hear those last seconds, he's like, "Help me! I need a Lamborghini."